Good morning, everyone. It's Beth Kozik from Elegant Greetings. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. It's a chilly morning here in Michigan, but it's warm in my studio, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Let's start out by raffling off the card that we made last Saturday with the Timeless Tulips bundle. This was a very simple card with the concept of just using stamps, ink, and paper. And it was used with the Tulip Builder Punch. So we punched out these extra pieces and popped those up with some dimensionals and just added a simple piece of our linen thread. So everybody who commented on Facebook and on YouTube has their name in the raffle. So I appreciate all your comments. Let's see who's the winner. And our winner today is Pam. Pam, you won again. Awesome. So I will mail that to you on Monday. All right, ladies, thank you so much for all your comments. I do need you to comment so I can see your name, but I do appreciate you watching. So today's card is the card from page 14 of our mini catalog, which has all of our holiday products in it. It's this little card. It's like a 3x3 square card. And this is the Poinsettia Place, or Poinsettia Place Suite. And I have most of the products, but I don't have the stamp set nor the dies. But we're still able to make this card anyway, with just a few substitutions. So let's get started, and I'll take you through all the products that we're going to need. This is the Poinsettia paper, the designer paper 12 by 12, double-sided, so pretty. And then this is 12 by 12. They call this the Poinsettia, Plush Poinsettia Specialty Paper. So there are 6 sheets, and there are 2 each of 3 designs. So this is the one design, which could be used for any project year-round. And then there are 2 other patterns which are more Christmas or holiday-ish. This is Holly Leaves and Berries, and then the Poinsettia. So we're going to be using the Poinsettia piece today. And this paper is like a flocked style paper. So it has a raised design on it, which is part of the paper itself, and the back side is vellum. So it is somewhat transparent. You can see through it. But it's so pretty. We're going to add some color to this too. I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, our card itself is 6 inches by 3 inches and then scored at 3 inches. So it's going to be a little tiny card. And then the designer paper is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. We need a scrap of white, a scrap of any of our metallic foil papers. I chose the brass. We need about 8.5 inches of ribbon. This is the sheer red ribbon that goes with the suite. Again, I don't have the dies, but I do have a punch that has a similar shaped, kind of like berries that are on this card. So I'm going to punch that in the gold paper. And then we need our sponge daubers. We need these are called beaded pearls. And one of these is going to go right in the middle of our poinsettia. Aren't those pretty? And then we need inks. We need So Saffron, Early Espresso, and Mossy Meadow. Those are our ink colors. And then we need a scrap of crumb cake and punched or die cut in a circle, and I added a sentiment. So, and then I'm going to show you how to color the flocked paper. So let's first start with that. I'm going to put this aside for a moment, keep my catalog handy so I can follow along. Okay, the card itself, if you can see, they had die cut that poinsettia out of white cardstock. So it isn't transparent at all. And so I was trying to figure out how am I going to do that when my flocked paper is so transparent, right? So here's one. And I didn't die cut it, I hand cut that the old-fashioned way with just a pair of scissors. It took like 60 seconds. I just gently cut around and left a little bit of a border, so we don't necessarily always need a die when we can hand cut. So that's how it looks just coming right off of the paper itself. And so I thought, well, if I add some white cardstock under that, see how that's going to not only reinforce it, but it will no longer be transparent, and it'll be a little bit much brighter, and it will show up, I think, much better on top of that designer paper. So all I did is I took the piece of vellum that I cut out, and I glued it, I used adhesive and put it onto a piece of white cardstock, and then I just went ahead and cut both layers, and very simply just kind of went around there. And so my result was this. So it went from this to this, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. It's going to be much prettier and much more visible on the card. Okay, so that was the first step, and now we want to add a little bit of color. So the card in the catalog has a little bit of yellow throughout on top of the white. So I'm just going to take my sponge dauber, a little bit of ink, and then just gently tap it all over, and the ink is being picked up on that raised white flocked part. It'll be easier to see once I'm done, but it just adds a little bit of subtle color, which is so pretty. Okay, I think that's good. A little bit goes a long way. So here's how it looks now. Isn't that pretty? So there's our poinsettia, and then I don't have the dies, which I mentioned, so I don't really have a way to make a leaf. But on this paper, there's a leaf. So what I did is I cut out 2 of the holly leaves, and then I did the same technique. I used the Mossy Meadow ink with my dauber, and I colored these. I dabbed on quite a bit of ink to make them this dark green color. So isn't that nice? Those will be my 2 leaves. Now the thing about this is that we're applying ink to plastic, okay? So of course it absorbed well into the white part, but the plastic part underneath that, I just took a Kleenex and kind of wiped off the extra, so because that won't ever dry. It's putting ink on, water-based ink on plastic. So I just kept my Kleenex handy. I wiped off as much of that as I could, and of course my fingers too. You'll want to be sure to keep your hands clean because this ink picks up onto the flocked part of the paper very easily. All right, so we have our leaves, we have our poinsettia. Next I'm going to punch out this sprig from my foil paper. Okay, so we have that piece. And I think we are ready to assemble. So let me grab my bone folder here. We're going to fold our card in half. And then we want to use our stamp and seal. Add a little bit to our designer paper. Keep my card straight like this. All right, and then the next step will be to apply our ribbon. That's going to go underneath everything. So the way that they show it in the catalog is just kind of placed, it extends over both sides of the card. So I think I'm going to put on some of my Stamp and Seal Plus, like that. And then just lay this over. Like that. Okay, and then next I think I'm going to put on these leaves, again very carefully. I put a dimensional on the back of each one So we'll put one right about there, and these do go over the edge of the card as well. And the other one down here. I'm going to wipe my hands just in case. And then our gold sprig. So put a little bit of adhesive on the back of that. And that is about right here in the middle. Okay. And then our poinsettia. So I've already put some dimensionals on the back of here. These little guys are great because they can go right into small corners like this on our pop-up pieces. Okay, and then our poinsettia goes like that. All right, and then we want to take one of our beaded pearls. We're going to apply that with a glue dot. That goes right in the center. Oh, I love that. So pretty. And then last is our sentiment. And I already have some dimensionals on the back of there. And that goes right here in the corner. Like that. And voila, we are done. Oh, that is so cute. What a nice little card that is. What do you think? Please do give me a comment. I'd love to hear from you and let me know what you think about that. Now, the other wonderful part about this card is that a lot of the products that we use today are going to be going on sale starting next Tuesday, December 8th. Stampin' Up! Is going to start their year-end closeout. So, the beaded pearls will be half off. These will be $4. There's a package. There's how many in here? There's 18 in a package. So $4 is the sale price. The plush poinsettia paper, this nice white flocked paper we use, will be on sale for half off. So $5.50 is the sale price. The Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper will be 30% off. So that will be $8.05. So that sale again begins on December 8th and it runs through January 4th. And supplies are available just while they last. Okay, ladies, if you have any questions, please let me know. And again, please do comment. I would love to hear from you. And then we'll have a raffle next Saturday and give this card to somebody. All right, well, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.